Welcome to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nilaus, and this is a short update on the latest patch for Dyson Sphere Program because it has some amazing things. They have a new button that can only be described as the Nilaus button. There we go. The entire planet is now turned into concrete. I mean, if that isn't nice, then yeah, I don't know. That alone just makes me want to play this again. So what does that mean? Well, this release has several new interesting things, and those interesting things are there are some balance changes that we'll go through, but there's a sandbox mode that I will walk you through, and then I have used the sandbox mode to make an updated blueprint for my Make Everything hub, and then we have a new hard mode with very few resources that we're also going to take a look at. So that is what we're going to do, and this will basically be an appetizer just to get back into Dyson Sphere Program and get a sense of it, so that when we come back to it, we are fully up to date on what is new. Also, maybe you're considering starting a new series, and that might be just the time for doing that. First, we're going to talk a bit about some of the balance changes. That should be a quick thing. One of the two general things are the fact that optical grading crystal and nanotubes are going to be more abundant in the galaxy. That was something that was there was always like such a low amount for it, so now it's more abundant, and that's great. Except that to counteract that, there have been some balance changes, and the balance change is over here. For example, for Casimir crystals, it used to take 4 optical grading crystals for 1 Casimir crystals. Now it takes 8, so that means your designs have to be different. Every design is now broken when it comes to this kind of thing. That's, I don't know, no one ever likes to nerf, but as long as there is a lot more in the galaxy, then I think it's okay. The other one, and this is gonna hurt a lot more, is the carbon nanotubes. That it used to be 2 spiniform into 2 nanotubes. Now it's 6, so it's a 200% increase. That's absolutely insane, and even if there's twice as much in the galaxy, it's still not going to be enough. That means every single nanotube build is now broken and needs to be updated. Yeah, that sucks. Now there's, for some unknown reason, there's also a new recipe. Actually, before the new recipe, I am pretty sure this is different. There's only 1 optical grading crystal and one green circuit in order to make the photon combiner. I'm pretty sure that wasn't 1.1 before, but I'm not 100% sure. It's not in the patch note, so if you are 100% sure, maybe that's a thing to check as well in your game. There's new recipe here. I don't really know what what's it called? I don't like the name. It was called Reforming Refine. That's not a thing, but what it does is it basically takes light oil plus a bit of hydrogen plus a bit of coal and makes it into more light oil. So what we can actually do is, if you take 2 of these together, and if this will be the X-ray cracking. So X-ray cracking is basically taking hydrogen and turning it into where is it? It's here. X-ray cracking. Yes, this one. So if we add the 2 together, what you actually see is you get, with these 2 combined, you get 1 coal turning into 1 graphite. So you can use this if you this combination to make cheap graphite. I don't know how often you'd want to make cheap graphite, but that's definitely an option that you can do. But aside from that, it's a way to get get refined oil without actually getting any oil. So I think that might be handy, because you can get like an almost infinite amount of coal with just continuous mining, and then you no longer need to get oil aside from sort of feeding this one, but then you have a constant oil production that does not require oil drilling. And I think that's good, because even if you have a lot of oil drilling, then it starts scaling down pretty rapidly. So I think the usage for this is not to sort of get more light oil, it is to get light oil without drilling for oil, and exclusively using this is talking like really late game, exclusively using the good miners for these ones to get coal, and then using that to get light oil instead. I think that's a good thing. The miniature particle collider is also changed, but only changed in the recipe, so that it will be over here. It used to cost 50 super magnetic rings, now it's only cost 25, so that's something. Well, anyway, that's the balance changes. Enough of that. Let's get into how the sandbox mode works, because there are a number of things that you need to activate in order to get access to all of the different things in this. So let's start a new game and then have a look at it from there. When you start a new game, there is a new field here that's called SANDBOX. When you check that, you don't get any metadata from your build, obviously, because that would be too easy. And what you then can do is get access to all these. If you want to add a SANDBOX into one of your existing games, you can load any game you want, and then there's a little checkbox down here that says enable SANDBOX tools. So that is an option as well if you want to get added to an existing game. We're going to be adding it, actually we are going to add it to an existing game. No, we're not, because my existing game is too slow. We're going to be starting a new game, and then we'll be going in, and I can show you what it can do. So here we are with the new game, and we are in here, and we can see that already here there's something different. There are a number of things you can do. First of all, well, your fuel, you can click that one, then it's infinite. That's nice. Then we can go into our tech tree. I can do one click unlock. Then I have all of researches unlocked at this moment. Also a lot of researches here as well, but what is important is that sorter stacking is not included, and also range utilization not included. You can get those if you want, but the point here is that those might be something you want to tune or design for, and therefore they're not sort of auto-locked, because I don't think you can un-research things once you've already researched it. So that's pretty convenient. Let's also take a look at infinite items. You open your replicator, you get this one, and we can then get common items, which fills up your inventory with junk. And you can also just start crafting by stack. So if you need a stack of, I don't know, wind turbines for no reason, you get a stack instantly here. There. Pretty clever, so you can get those going. We can also go into the SANDBOX tools. They are here. So we can start messing with veins if you want to do that, or other veins, or the sort of advanced ones. Yeah, you can. I'm sure someone will come up with a way to write things with this as well. And also vegetation, other vegetation, infinite items. That is also something we're going to be looking at. But also here on the SANDBOX tool, you can set this off, turn off how much you're going to be producing or be planting in every tick of the game with when stamping down blueprint. So instead of using robots for stamping down blueprint, you will be just stamping down instantly, or almost instantly. With these kind of things, I don't think they should have a tool that allows you to sort of break it by going all of it. But yeah, that doesn't matter. You can also remove vegetation if you feel like it. Back to the other ones. What we can do is also we can go over to our environment modification and hit the reform planet. That reforms the entire planet, as we already saw. And the one thing more, if you want to do fast, when you want to do power, then you can go into an artificial sun. It's funny how all of these things are sort of different locations. You will trigger this one to get 10 times the regeneration, and then we put in some fuel, and now you are producing 10 times as much power as usual. Let's actually just make sure that we can see it, because we need something that actually consumes power. We'll take one of these. They consume power. There we go. This is... They did not want to open. And this is now producing a lot of power. Power generation capacity 7.2 gigawatt. It should be more. It can definitely be 100 times more. We can definitely get all of the power done like this easily. One more thing regarding the crafting of items. If you have a ILS, an interstellar logistics station, and then you can actually just say whatever you want and then lock it, and then it will stay at that location. You can check it again, then it will stay at half the location, or uncheck it entirely. So that's a nice little way to sort of, if you have build the setup, then you want to sort of make sure that whatever is coming in, you always want it to be representing that it's always full, and then build your design from there. This is obviously the easiest way to do any kind of design in this game. And then, of course, I don't know if that's of course, but what you can do is instantly travel. Just hold the right mouse button, and then anywhere on the planet you can teleport there. Pretty neat. It also gets better than that. We can go to any planet we want to. Let's go to here, and any planet, and we will just teleport to this location. Fast traveling. Now that does take a bit of time, and then won't really transport to this location. And we are now on a random location really far away. Also pretty clever. So that means we have a lot of opportunities for doing design work. And the last of the design work that we actually can do is if we look at a monitor. You know, it's just so much nicer when this planet is concreted. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can actually do it like this special concrete like this. Oh, you can. Nice. So you can actually make the whole planet purple, should you feel so inclined. I think even though it's nice to have that, then we'll do it this way so we can see what we're doing. All right, let's have a look at a design so you can get a sense of what we can do with this feature here. And I really don't want to see all of these pop up. We are going to get a power, and that goes away. And we are going to get a... Here, we're using the new features here. Get that in there. And get the power. Good. So that will do the power. Now here, this also has another option. Generate, consume. It'll set to generate. So instead of just monitoring, it'll actually consume things. So for example, if you want to craft something, we could say, well, let's get 1800. No, 1200. 12,000. 1200. There we go. And we will be setting a filter, and that makes a... There. Now we're doing the spray at this rate here. And let's, for example, say that we don't want to keep doing this. We also want this place to consume. So this is a good way if you want to simulate items coming in on a belt. But you can also do it the other way around. Like flip it over here, and then it'll consume all of these items as well. And if you just remove this here, we can see that it now means that you can control what is created on the belt. You can scale it up and scale. This one probably needs to always be set to remove everything if you want to remove it. And then you can test things, for example, with different variables to see how it works with the stacker. You can see it just goes up and down with the stacker as well, and all the way up to 7,200, which is the maximum. And we have that set up here. So that's all the ways that you can create things, and with those available, you will be able to craft anything you like. I am going to rotate to the north, so we are going to be flying up to the North Pole, and I will be showing you something nice. And I'll just do here, because if I just did this and didn't really give you anything interesting, well, would it really be that much? Then it's just showcase. But I also want to give you something. What I want to give you is the experience of opening that button is paste blueprint. I have taken my blueprint, the one that was missing in all my Let's Play, and it is now no longer missing. Here it is. This is my Make Everything hub, and I'm now standing on a prime meridian. Am I? I don't know if I am. Yes, I'm standing on the prime meridian here. So when standing on the prime meridian, then you can see there are here this indicator, the one, what's it called? The Tesla, the power charging pole right above us. That has to be on the prime meridian. And as we do that, we just place it down. And because we also want to see it with power, we just build one of these. 10 times power. Get that. Where are you? Where did it go? There. Good. Energy exchanger, there we go. And now what we have here is, this is my Make Everything hub. What I've done is I spent the time on calibrating all of these so that they're all requesting locally, they're all providing remotely. This is what you will be building on one of your locations, and it'll take the North Pole. This is what I've been using in all of my Let's Play series recently, and now you have it available as well. All of the adjustments are set, and it is really crisp and easy to set up here. So that is my gift to you for watching this this episode. You can now get this. It is there's a link in the description below to my blueprint library, and all of the blueprints are available there, so you can just grab them there. The final thing I want to talk about is a new option. If we scroll all the way down here, I've been playing on half resources, but now there's a minimal resource difficulty. It is very difficult, and it's also very interesting, but let's have a look at it. We will be using the sandbox mode to have a look at it more easily, and I just want to show you the challenge that we are going to see in a game such as this. So this is the start. We have activated the sandbox mode so that we can freely travel to other locations if we want to, and I can just unlock all of it here. Just to make sure that we can fly and warp and stuff like that. But what is more interesting also, so that we can actually see the veins distribution, you can see how low it is if we look at the entire starter planet. Go away with this, the go away tutorial. And you can see how little resources we have on the first planet. And also then it gets worse or better, I don't really know. If you look at the entirety of our starting system here, that is not a lot. 1 million iron is all we have. 1.5 million titanium. The crude oil is okay. That's actually pretty normal. But it does have the issue that probably the crude oil, I mean, I don't know, maybe it'll wear out. But then let's go out into the world. This would be one of the locations I would be really happy to expand to. It is currently 15 light years away. So something that's 15 light years away. Let's go in there, fast travel to that location, and have a look at what this planet, this mining planet would be like. This mining planet, what is it going to have for us? It has a meager 3 million of iron and copper and 2 million titanium. This would be definitely be at least 10 times as much normally, and probably even more, because there's also the aspect of just the further you are away, that also gets reduced here. So this entire system only has less than 6 million of the iron and copper that we so much cravely need. And for example, if you take like the one that's really far away here, that's the furthest away, and if we quick travel to that location, we will be able to see how low our actual supply of unipolar magnets, 91 million. 91,000. Yep, that is, and this is the furthest away we get, and we just have so meager amounts of resources. It's definitely going to be a challenge, and it's definitely not something that can be played the way that I usually play it, with just abundance of resources on every planet, just in case. So that was what I wanted to show you. I hope that you found this little showcase interesting, and if you do, be sure to hit the like button. I will be returning to Dyson Sphere Program. Don't worry, but I'll be returning when there's something that's enough new. This is not going to be enough of a new thing for me to return to Dyson Sphere Program. We also have Satisfactory coming up, but I am sure that there will be an upgrade to Dyson Sphere Program soon in the fall. That will be there'll be the combat thing, and that'll definitely be make me come back to this game. So if you want to see that, be sure to stay updated on the channel by subscribing. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.